Hello, friends, I am Muvarekap NL and this is the Substance film. Another actress who wanted to be young and beautiful wore these glasses and returned to the bad habit of the past. The stars in Hollywood are fading, the name Elizabeth Sparkle appears. Her fans were expected and her pride was high, so she did not stop taking pictures, but as time passed, the once bright star's pride quickly faded and became insignificant. The Sparkle who once shone brightly is now forgotten. The woman who once held the newspaper teaches the old generation, but because women are divided into two groups, the men are forced to leave and the producer's plans are ignored. They say Elizabeth has turned into an old hen and the time has come to replace her. The woman who said that her star days are over is 1,004 years old. The woman who returned home sees her interrupted advertisements removed and cries out, causing an accident. Elizabeth, thinking of her lost star days, sheds tears, and the doctor who examined her, nodding her experience, explains her condition and returns the flash drive with the phone number. The old man who wrote down the phone number accidentally drops it into the water and then gives it to the woman. Elizabeth, as if seeing an old friend, is happy and leaves from there. When she arrives home, the spies who were busy send their agents and the woman takes the flash drive and connects it to the television, watching the commercial with great interest. In short, her own sacred place and her ability to control the matrix may be better, but they are conditions for a dead person. The personality is a dead symbiosis. The body undergoes daily replacements, going to the bar to tickle. Only the young women see the dryness of youth, pity their youth, visit the house, call the displayed number, and order the substance. The woman who could not understand at night reads the instructions of the newly formed groups and their activities. Anyone can take the substance. The woman who arrived at the destination obtains a special old man's order for this. Returning home, the woman who was activated sees the activator, stabilizer, and replacement types for her matrix. The activator is taken only once. The stabilizer is taken every day. It is obtained from the matrix accelerator. The replacement type is used for replacements that occur within 7 days without complications. Looking in the mirror at her last wonderful transformation, Elizabeth takes the activator and then the torment begins like a dog. The drug shows its effect, the woman's youthful pressures. Seeing herself, the girl who was happy now looks into the dark version, repeatedly fading away. The talk show begins. The girl who thinks about the matter arrives at the destination. Elizabeth introduces herself as Sue, takes part in the casting, and opens the organizers' questions. Her former producer Hardy congratulates her, but Sue says she should leave the sick mother soon on the day of the event. The liquid replacements begin to bother Elizabeth because of the difficulties. The week ends and the replacement time arrives. For the liquid replacement, Elizabeth sleeps for a whole month and a day. The other Elizabeth is thoughtful, gathers her strength, and marks the days she can live. At the end, the new dose of the substance arrives and the citizens experience the replacement. Sue, who started living after the training, begins to live the life she always dreamed of. The gray-haired girl does not want to remember the groups from before and looks only at the gray in the shower. A wall of fear appears, a worm's brain flies into one, and a head is cut off with a sword. Seeing this, the caretaker tries to help because the girl cannot say anything, but Sue resists and attacks Elizabeth's body, placing her portrait on the edition. Sue's show ratings, Restless Women, are very high. From there, the liquid brought by one of the caretakers who took a nap is now trying to become the main core, saying the replacement time has come. The liquid that came to replace the core tastes the green stem and waits for the replacement to leave slowly. The other Elizabeth goes to Maymachin. To understand the phenomenon, the woman who settled in the substance company answers the changes in the body herself, accepting some of the body parts in her hands. Elizabeth, who took over the liquid, makes the best show. After that, the new portion of the substance. To understand the old man's feelings, Elizabeth understands one of the substance miracles. She learns from the doctor who found the flash drive attached to the old man's knee. The old man quickly informs her about her second duty and warns her about the sword attack. The woman who returned home hopes to hear the youth's voice and contacts the number given by her friend Fred, exchanging truths and anger. Elizabeth, who started to feel better, does not forget about the gloves. But while leaving, she sees her advertisement and notices the uselessness of her old apartment. Returning from the meeting, she decides to relieve stress by going to a bathhouse. The girl who came to the bathhouse starts to feel better, but at the right time, she senses something coming from inside the world and quickly runs to the bath and then drinks something from inside. The young woman understands well the things that Elizabeth is encountering. She complains to the operator, but the others give her a reply about one of the known spirits. One day, Hardy calls Sue and informs her that she is scheduled to start a new show. Sue is very happy and Elizabeth knows about it. The older Elizabeth decides to stop the experiment, realizing that she has lost her courage and energy. But the harsh reality does not allow her to return to her previous state, so she leaves. The woman, who is afraid of losing the duality, is forced to accept the chief's decision. Sue's career grows day by day. Wishing to be better, she begins to read the high school textbooks to avoid seeing the news. The day the replacement comes, she notices the difference in the liquid's arrival at the house and smiles. The girl who came out from there starts to avoid the extra attention for replacement. Then she complains to the operator, but the only possible solution is to get it from her matrix. The girl, who was barely dragged to the bath, somehow exchanges places with Elizabeth. When she is asked, she repeats over and over. The woman leaves the experiment room, goes to the operator, and asks to stop the experiment, sending the last batch to replacement. The woman who took the substance returns home, gets out of the bath, and drinks the drug that kills her pain. The strange thing is that this is not her mother. She thinks about this and changes her mind. Elizabeth brings Sue, but this is interpreted as an important matter. Seeing the spirit that uses the day spray, the magician tries to awaken it and gently touches the camper. After that, she goes to the new show. The girl who was pulled out of the 4 people who were dragged out does not show her tears. After staying a long time, the girl who was caught by the group goes home, hoping to stop her pain and accept the last liquid. But in her place, Elizabeth and Sue's terrible mutant appears. She is accepted as a judge on television, shown on stage, and the mutant takes an excellent position but suddenly falls and dies. People scared by the bad habit shout to kill her. A gray crowd begins, a mutant's head is torn off and thrown away. The mutant's remains somehow come out and its intestines wrap around the corpse, which settles on the ground. Then it looks at the body and suddenly dives into the river. The next day, the blood in the river.